In a bid to promote practical innovations that can strengthen Nigeria's security architecture, the Institute of Security Nigeria has held its 18th annual International Security Conference in Lagos. The conference, which had in attendance retired security chiefs, policymakers, renowned academics, and security experts, was themed Expanding the Frontiers of Innovations in Security Enhancement and Nation Building in Nigeria. While delivering his keynote address, the retired Chief of Army Staff, Tukur Buratai, affirmed that accurate citizen identification is crucial for national security, enabling precise intelligence resource allocation, enhanced border control, and more effective counter-terrorism strategies.
We must leverage drones and artificial intelligence for surveillance, biometric identification for border security, and data analytics to predict crime patterns. But technology alone is not a silver bullet. It must be a part of a disciplined, cyclic innovation management process, from ideation and identification to prototyping, implementation, and evaluation that becomes routine within our security organizations. Structural and human capital reforms for effectiveness. In a nation, structural and human capital must be dynamic. Therefore, for innovation to thrive, we must look beyond technology to our structures and our people.
Our diplomatic stance as Nigerians in a concentric circles dealing with our neighboring countries, our region, Africa, and the rest of the world stands on security issues is centered on cooperation, collaboration, and collective action. We recognize that security is a shared responsibility that requires the involvement of all stakeholders at the national, regional, continental, and global levels. In navigating these challenges, we must prioritize innovation. We must prioritize strategic thinking. We must also leverage technology, enhance intelligence gathering and sharing for not just early warning, but early action.
During their goodwill messages, stakeholders encouraged intensified security consciousness among participants and local government authorities. They also advocated for the adoption of proactive measures, emphasizing that innovative approaches driven by scientific and technological development are essential to addressing the nation's security challenges.
Driven by scientific and technological development are very essential to addressing these security challenges facing our nation. The aims and objectives of this conference are to provide a platform for experts and professionals to share knowledge and expertise in security management, to explore innovative strategies for enhancing security and promoting nation building, to foster collaboration and partnership among stakeholders in the security industry, and to identify best practices and solutions to security challenges.
The topic for today is well crafted and definitely going to lead us into identifying how we can lead this war, expanding frontiers of innovations in security enhancement and the nation building in Nigeria. As we gather here today, Nigeria faces numerous security challenges, including terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and cybercrime. These threats undermine our national stability and economic development. I hope this conference will provide a blueprint for institutional resilience and solutions to this problem.
Please note that we have just come for a challenge and challenging assignment to ensure that Nigeria is safe for all of us. Most of the time, sometimes we commit our languages in error When we want to do a program just like the one we are doing now, will they start at 10? Do you think the thing will not be like 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock? You know, African time. I asked them in Ibadan 3 days ago, what is the meaning of African time? Is it we that design African time? Or there is a wristwatch where they write African time? So once we say 10 is 10, let us be proactive and make sure it is 10. We said before now, security is for security operatives. But we have come to see that security is by all, is for all, and must be done by all. See something and say something. Hear something and speak out about what you hear. That will save Nigeria.
I wish to offer some advice to our security agencies and policy makers. Firstly, we must prioritize intelligence gathering and analysis to stay ahead of our security threats. Secondly, we must invest in capacity building and technology to enhance our security infrastructure. Thirdly, we must be proactive and engage with local communities and build trust through community policing and outreach programs.
During the panel session that followed, security experts emphasized the need for the government to build trust with citizens by keeping its promises. They also debunked what they described as embellished reports claiming that the repentant Boko Haram members were being recruited into the army.
Our security problem is homegrown, but it's being fueled by outside sources. In terms of technical training, in terms of technical equipment, there are some equipment that you can put in your pocket and walk through. Our borders are so porous. In places where they have about 1,000 marked points, less than 1,000 is being policed. In places where they don't even have marked places, you can just, with compass, you can carry your car and drive to anywhere, through anywhere, without any check. So until we are able to control our borders effectively, even the problem of proliferation of small arms that they're talking, in addition to what comes in across the borders, what we do to ourselves at Int'l and at all these local fabrication centers. Before, it was only cartridges that our own locally made weapons fire. Today, they fire 7.62 mm, they fire 7.62 special, the same ammunition that AK-47 uses.
For me, our men are the best in the world. I define that. I say this not just to boost their morals. I give you practical examples that are empirical. One, for every activity they have gone outside this nation, they come back with the best medals. They are brought together with men from EU, men from America, men from Asia. They go for a UN mission. But our men, our gallant military men, will be the ones to come back with medals. Why is it so? And so what is the problem? Intelligence. One, the non-state actors do not have it better than our gallant military and intelligence officers. Two, in terms of the military being infiltrated, we cannot rule out that. But did that come from the direct recruitment of repentant terrorists? The answer is absolutely no.
There is a problem lurking in the corner. And what is that problem? It's difficult to have a synergy of these three because the people distrust the state. They distrust the government. So they distrust even the security agencies. That is why it is possible for the security agencies to have a strategic plan and somebody goes ahead to reveal that secret to the enemies. So we must therefore think of how government can deliver on its own promises so as to build trust in the people, so that the people can work with government. And we can then have, in practical terms, what General Buratai has described as a whole of society approach. Without that being done, we'll be running on the spot. And my last point that I'd like to make, so as not to waste our time, he identified the question of leadership. Of course, there's a leadership problem. If there's no leadership problem, we can't have this insurgency festering in any society for 15 years where there are leaders. Everybody knew that we were going to get here. It didn't jump on us overnight. It was a thing that we had with us, and we had leaders who saw this coming. That means there's a very serious problem. And he identified it. He talked about poor leadership. But my question is, how do we correct the problem of the current faulty leadership recruitment process, which ensures that we don't have our first 11 at every segment, every sector of society? Now, because of this major problem, the Nigerian state itself has become orphaned.
The conference wrapped up with the presentation of Distinguished Fellowship Awards and the induction of fellows, professional members, and associate members into the Institute of Security Nigeria. Stakeholders further identified the proliferation of illicit arms and the illegal manufacturing of weapons as major drivers of insecurity in the country. Joy Uchejim, TV 360 Lagos.